Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm going to have to start every single intro now saying hello, because I noticed I'd started my first e-trip like that. So that's going to be my intro from now on. Hello, I'm Ellis and welcome to the channel. It's currently 16 degrees Celsius at 10 to 11 on the morning of 8th of June 2024, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for another e-trip, an Ellis trip. But first, I've got the gym to attend. Then when I come out of the gym, I'm going to be heading out today on another mini adventure. Now, I said in my first e-trip the other day that, you know, adventure can be found all around. It can be on your doorstep, 5 minutes away, half an hour away. You don't have to go too far. You certainly don't have to get on a plane and fly somewhere exotic for adventure. It can be whatever you want it to be. It can be wherever you find it. As I'm going to demonstrate again today on another e-trip, on my second e-trip. So come and join me. Well, after the gym. I've got to go to the gym first. I'll be back soon. So I'm back, and I'm in the city of Durham. So when I talk about going to the city near me, there's two cities that instantly spring to mind. There's York and there's Durham. More specifically, we're going to go on a bit of a magical tour of Harry Potter and the cathedral. But today, it's all about Durham, and it's all about the cathedral, which is a World Heritage, a UNESCO World Heritage site. But we're not looking at that. We're going to look at the movie side of things. And today, we're concentrating on Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and the Chamber's Secret as we meander our way up towards that world-famous cathedral. So come join me. It's going to be some movie-tastic fun. So as we come into the city, you start to see some of the older buildings, the ancient, stunning architecture that's here in Durham City. This is actually the market, believe it or not. That's Durham Market in there. There's the town hall as well. So part of this same building, you've got the market, the indoor market, and then you've also got the civic amenities of the town hall. It's one of the oldest buildings in the city itself, that. We've just missed the market. But this looks like it's the nicest time of the day now. The sun has broke through, and we'll meander our way up to the cathedral, where I'm going to talk to you about the boy wizard and the Harry Potter connection to this city, and more specifically to the cathedral. This city is about 20-minute drive from my front door, so I do like coming here. It's got a real international flavour because of the university. Durham University, one of the oldest universities in the country. I mean, the whole point of the university was to try and pull people away from Oxford, Cambridge, and give the UK, it's like an elite university, but in the north of the country. And that's pretty much still the case to this day. It attracts students from all over the world, China, the US. If you studied at Durham, it's safe to say you've got one heck of an academic resume behind you. Mr. Whippy, anybody?
That's great.
Check out that guy's suit. Look at that. I've got a tattoo. It's my only tattoo at the moment, which I had done in Kathmandu in the year 2000. Now, I've been thinking about getting another tattoo for quite a while, and the idea's come to me. It's just divine inspiration for me. I've actually got a temporary one on my arm at the minute. This one. Fizz, it's on me. Phases of the moon. Now there's a reason for it, which I'll talk a little bit about later, but I've just walked past the tattoo parlour, paid a deposit. I'm coming in on Tuesday morning to get it done, completed. Check this out, Durham's smallest bar. Possibly the smallest gym bar in the world, apparently. It's quite small. So we're on the old Elvet Bridge here. It's a beautiful day in Durham. The sun has come out and it's just stunning. Looking back over the city here, this old Elvet Bridge is probably one of the oldest bridges in England. It stretches all the way back to the 12th century, built in about 1160. somewhere around that. It's been the scene of many battles over the years. Very strategic point in the city. To gain access to control of this bridge meant you could control the actual city. We're walking away from the cathedral, but we will spin back and head back up to the cathedral. But what a day to come to Durham. People are out in force, the bars are busy, there's people on the river. Just one of those days where it's just great to be here. Super chuffed. I've come to Durham for the day and I've ended up booking myself into the tattoo parlour on Tuesday to get my Phases of the Moon tattoo. And I'm going to explain that a little bit. I'm going to tell you why I've decided to get this tattoo, why it's so special in my life. The only other tattoo that I do have, as I said, is which I had done in Kathmandu in the year 2000, and it signifies Mount Everest. It's on my shoulder, so it's not on display. This one is going to be really prominent, just like the temporary one that's there at the moment. I put the temporary one there just to see how I felt, to see if I can get used to having a tattoo there. So far, everybody who's seen it has just said go for it. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. Just strolling across the bridge here. Now, during the Miners' Gala in July, which happens every July, on a Saturday, this place is absolutely heaving, shoulder to shoulder. You can't move. All the bars put tables outside, selling drinks from tables, and it's just an absolute, it's just a mass of people celebrating the Miners' Gala. In fact, it would be remiss of me not to come back and film that for one of my e-trips, so I very well might do. I might come back during the Miners' Gala, show you the sights and sounds while that's in full swing. So these tunnels, known as vennels, are all over the city. This one, the site of a theatre, dates back to 1771. Look at that. Reminds me a bit of Jack the Ripper days. As I wander up these cobbled streets, heading down up towards the cathedral. When we get up to the cathedral, we're going to concentrate purely today on the Harry Potter connection. Now, the cloisters in the cathedral make the perfect backdrop for the corridors of Hogwarts. So the cathedral's stunning architecture, it just blends in. It was just a perfect choice to come and film some of the movies here. So in 2001, you had the Philosopher's Stone use some of the cathedral for its filming locales. And then in 2002, when the Chamber of Secrets was released, they came back and used the cathedral again. So when we get to the cloisters, some of the famous scenes from the movies were filmed there. When Ron burped up or belched up some slugs, that was filmed here. That was filmed in the cloisters in the cathedral. Herbology class took place in the cloisters, and also the chapter room here in the cathedral doubled up as Professor McGonagall's classroom. And we're going to go to the cathedral, we're going to look at it all. We're going to see the Harry Potter movies come to life as we wander through the halls, the impressive architecture of the cathedral. I mean, that's beautiful. Against the blue sky, that is such a perfect backdrop today. I'm not sure what this is all about. Jews against genocide. Let's not get too involved in what's going on there. Today, it's all about Harry Potter, and that is going to happen outside here. I think in McGonagall's class, didn't she transfigure goblets into rats? That was done in this room. So we will get access to the chapter house and we can. But it's the cloisters that's the most impressive part of this cathedral, for me anyway, because I remember the films when they came out, where Harry flies Hagrid, the owl, in the snow through Hogwarts. That was filmed here. That was done in Durham Cathedral. You'll see when I get in there. Hopefully, as a fan, if you are a fan of Harry Potter, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about as soon as we get into this cathedral. Now in October, when the nights draw in, Durham has a a light festival called Lumiere. Now what they do during that festival is they have a light show projected onto the cathedral, a bit like what Disney do and a bit like what they do at Universal. In Orlando on the side of Hogwarts, they project a light show. They do exactly the same thing on the cathedral and it looks really impressive. So what we're going to do before we go in the cathedral, we're going to go to the door. That's nice with the bell pealing. We're going to be looking at the knocker. Pay attention to the knocker on the front of the door, dating back from medieval times. Actually, this one's a replica though. So the idea being that in medieval times, criminals, if you'd committed a crime, you could come, wrap that, or wrap the original one, and you would be given 37 days of sanctuary with which to reconcile your crimes or make it up with your enemies. Well, that's pretty much, that's it, that's the knocker, but that's kind of the replica though. But yeah, back in medieval times, that's all you had to do. Go out and commit an atrocity, come and wrap that, and they'd let you stay for 3 weeks. You'd have a 3-week holiday in the cathedral. Little kid just wandered past saying, what the hell is that? The hideousness of the monster's features was designed to ward off evil from the place of sanctuary. So that's why it looks like that. Kind of looks like a bit of a goblin, doesn't it? You always got to look up. Especially against a clear blue sky like that. Absolutely stunning. This is an amazing cathedral. Dates back to Norman times. That was amazing. Oh, it's split in half. So here we are. These cloisters at the cathedral were used as the corridors at Hogwarts, specifically in the Philosopher's Stone from 2001, and again in the Chamber of Secrets from 2002. So if we cast our view out towards the perfectly manicured lawn here between the cloisters, and this is where Harry flew Hagrid when it was covered in snow. I'm going to say that word again, but it always blows my mind when I come somewhere like this where I know a movie's been made. So it's movie history. So you can retrace the steps of those actors from 2001 and 2002, knowing that they made such iconic cinema masterpieces. The Harry Potter world came alive here in the northeast of England, in Durham City, and in Durham Cathedral. So I'm kind of walking through history here, walking through Hogwarts. It's just amazing. You're not allowed out onto this area, which basically preserves it. But when they were filming the movies, obviously the cast and crew were allowed out here to do what they needed to do. That Durham Cathedral in Lego, I contributed to that. It's made of 300,000 bricks, and I came here, me and my daughters, and we actually put a piece of the Lego into that cathedral. You can actually go and see that. Remember to always look up in life. It's breaking away from Harry Potter, I didn't realise that. But inside the cathedral, it was also featured in Avengers Endgame. Who knew? See that? So what you're looking at now is the door to Professor McGonagall's potions classroom. Inside here, she transfigured goblets into rats. Shall we go and see if it's open? Unfortunately, the chapter house is closed today. We can't seem to get into it. On a previous visit, I was able to go in and wander around, and I was able to capture some of that footage. But today, it's closed. But that is where McGonagall taught her classes. I think this is a fitting e-trip. It definitely makes the top 50 places to come and see in the northeast. Because not only for the Harry Potter connection, but for the cathedral itself and all of its architectural magnificence. It's just an incredible, highly religious, spiritual place to walk around. Just the peace and the tranquility that you get from this place is just astonishing. Recommend anybody do it. If you come into the northeast, if you come into the UK, make a beeline for Durham. There's so much to see here. It's such a beautiful city. Quite a small city, quite an intimate city, but there's history here abounding. As I said, the cathedral is almost 1,000 years old. It forms the basis of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So it's an impressive building here in the northeast that just obviously needs protecting. So the area in the middle is apparently known as a cloister garth. That's the name for the square of grass that you're looking at right now. And it featured pretty generously. It was actually dusted in fake snow in a wintry scene, famously, in the Philosopher's Stone. And that's when Harry released his pet owl, Hagrid, for a flight around Hogwarts. It was also the scene for when Ron ate slugs, which his curse backfired, if you remember. It's beautiful this time of the day, with the sun coming through from the cloister garth, illuminating the cloister here. Where Harry, Hermione, Ron would have been walking in the footsteps of magic. How stunning. At the end of this corridor, you've now got the cathedral shop, restaurants and toilets, although I'm sure that wouldn't have been there during the movie. Or if it was hidden very well. Once more, what a beautiful time of day to come and see this. Just hear that. Is that an owl? I'm sure that sounds like a white owl. I'm not sure what's just happened, but everybody's been looking up at the top of the cathedral and I didn't see what happened. I was expecting to see somebody base jumping off the top. Totally gone over my head, completely missed that. If you look above the protesters' tents, you see the castle flying the Union flag proudly there. That's Durham Castle, which is actually now student accommodation, believe it or not. It's halls of residence for students here at the university. This red phone box is now a defibrillator. Well, why not? You've got to use them for something. Why not use it for a def? So that's going to do it for today's little video, a little e-trip to Durham. Just want to keep it short today. There's so much more I could have spoke about and showed you, but I don't really want to talk too much about the cathedral and everything else, because that deserves to be another day on its own episode, by its own right. Today we're just talking a little bit about the Harry Potter connection to the city and the cathedral where they filmed some of those movies. But I am back. I'm back here on Tuesday where I'm going to get this tattoo. I'm going to get my moon phases tattoo on my left upper arm. So in a few days' time, I've got to come back here. I'm booked in, I've paid a deposit, there's no turning back. I'm going to add a new permanent mark to my body. It's not often, is it? You can get into your 50s and I'm about to add only the second tattoo that I've got. I've got one on my back from Nepal. I'm now about to get the moon phase tattoo on my left arm, and I'm going to come back on Tuesday and get it done here in Durham. So if you've watched, thanks for watching all the way through to the end. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. I think that's what you're supposed to say. As I try and grow this channel now, these e-trips, it's just going to be the way I'm going to go forward from here on in. Everything I do on this channel now is all about getting out, exploring. And with that said, remember, just get out there, keep wandering, keep wondering. I'll be back for another e-trip soon.
Early summer sunshine, warm breeze in the air. Durham City calling, there's magic everywhere. Strolling through the cobblestones where history meets, in the heart of England, where the past and present greet. With every step we take, a story unfolds in the whispers of the wind. Secrets untold, feel the charm, the ancient grace, in this wondrous timeless place. In Durham City, dreams come alive, beneath the cathedral sky so high. In the cloisters their trails. In the echoes of their footsteps we wander free. In this enchanted realm our spirits feel the glee with every step we take. A story unfolds in the whispers of the wind, secrets untold. Feel the charm, the ancient grace in this wondrous timeless place. In Durham City, dreams come alive beneath the cathedral sky so high. In the cloisters where the wizards walk, a world of magic and wonder alone. Oh, in the early summer's glow, to Durham's heart we go. The sunlit stones, the shadows play, a dance of light, a summer's day. We learn of magic it seems once made. In the sanctuary where memories are laid. In Durham City, dreams come alive beneath the cathedral sky so high. In the cloisters where the wizards walked, a world of magic and wonder alone. Oh, in the early summer's glow, to Durham's heart we go. As the day turns to twilight and stars start to gleam, Durham's beauty lingers like a midsummer's dream. With the tales we've gathered and the magic we've seen, we'll carry this wonder in our hearts evergreen. As the day turns to twilight and stars start to gleam, Durham's beauty lingers like a midsummer's dream. With the tales we've gathered and the magic we've seen,